So I need to get that Black Friday discount they got going. Cause
Well,
I wonder how it works. Do I just I'm about to share my screen. Can I get the Black Friday discount? Or is it I have to buy the whole thing?
um, um, oh yeah, all good. Yeah, like yeah, a little bit. So I got the
Let me see.
I didn't even see what type of Black Friday deal they have on right now. I had gotten a membership maybe last month.
You have it for the whole year? Uh
Yeah.
Dang, okay. It's 126. That's where you getting the
Ooh.
discount from.
It's 70% off right now plus one free month. So I got the oh wow, this is a good deal. I paid
Yes.
$600 for mine. This is
Dang.
217.
I would see if I could get that one instead.
Your current plan has 306 days remaining, and these unused days combined with a new purchase, your premium will have 701 days. So for
Yeah.
extra $200, I get 701 days. Hey, that's
Dang.
not bad though.
That's right.
We got 2 more days. All right.
I was trying to see if I could do it the month to month. It's 9,969, but I guess you gotta buy the whole year for it to make sense.
Yeah. I mean the premium is pretty good. If for back testing, they had
Mm-hmm.
they had FX replay at the FX Summit I was at,
Mm-hmm.
and their platform is pretty good, but I don't know. I mean, just having everything in training view is pretty
Yeah,
easy, but
yeah, that's better.
yeah, but they have more data on FX replay, so you can be on the lower time frames, and I think they just added the seconds time frames on their platform too, so that's something to
Dang.
consider. Let me
Yeah.
see FX, how much they charge for this now. Play, bam, back testing platform, Black Friday deals. Pro plan $250 for 13 months. Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. Nah, I ride with TradingView.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far, no
Yeah.
complaints.
That's what I've been using. I just paid a $15 a month.
I ain't bad.
Yeah. I wonder if you get like the other three plans if you get more data, which I'm assuming like you do. As far as like you could go even lower on the time frame.
Yeah, so for me, I can go back to like the end of last year. I think they only give you like 1 year data on the 1 minute, which ain't
Mm,
bad. Which ain't bad.
yeah.
But if you want more, you got to go into the professional.
Okay, I see. Yeah, it took oh well, I took two trades today.
Okay.
Hold on, let me show you. I'm removing some of the stuff because let's share screen.
Yeah, the professional plan is 2,400 a year,
Fuck. I need to
200 a
make more.
month.
I need to make more money to be able to afford that.
Hey, that's coming soon. That's coming soon.
Yeah.
All right, so we're looking
So
at the chart now.
yeah, so I took the sale this morning here. I took it like right here. Coming back up and like it closed and then it came back up again. I was like, so if I had moved it to break even, I would have been out. So I just put like a notification, oops, right
Mm-hmm.
here. And if it dinged it, I would have got out because I didn't put a stop loss. I was like, okay, if it dings this, then I know to get out.
Okay.
Because I was like, price is way too high. One, I knew it was gonna do some bullshit like this. If you trade US 30, you know how it moves when 9:30 opens. It pushes up wherever direction you know it's not gonna go. It just like does this,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll just do something like this. Like I witnessed it too many times. Like so, I knew like it was gonna push up like this. So I waited, and I got right at this top right here. Boom. It took a minute for it to go down though, but eventually did. And then yesterday I took this buy right here, right here.
Yeah, I see where you got that marked off.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I had a whole bunch of alerts before I shared my screen. See, I had them all here. I missed this one. I was hesitant because the way I saw this, and so
Mm-hmm.
this kind of made me hesitant a little bit. That's why I didn't get in. By the time I looked, probably was already
It was
plummeting. I
already
was like,
gone.
yeah, it was already gone, so I couldn't get in. So I put a notification if it came back right here, I would have got in. But
Yeah.
it never really came back. So I just never got in. I just got in US 30. And then I took another trade on gold.
Uh,
I took a sell on gold. I should have got in here, but I waited, and the next thing I know, this shit plummet. So I got in around like right here when price pulled back. I
mm-hmm.
was able to get in. I only made like 150 bucks. I was like,
Still some
yeah,
win.
yeah. And then I just got out because price kept started playing here. So I was like, all right, it doesn't want to continue any lower right now. Probably what
Yeah.
happened Monday if it wants to go down. But I think price will come back up for some reason. Just the way this the structure is set up right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have this right here, this structure. And you can see if you expand it, it's a pretty strong area for price to react.
Yeah. Just had some good amount of volume right there.
Yeah. So I figured price. That's why I got off because I figured price might get back here and then bounce, or it keeps bouncing from this area. We see a little bounce here. We see it bouncing again. So I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Not bad, not bad.
But yeah,
No,
what I
no, that's
was.
good. So you sticking with the higher time frame and it's helping you establish that narrative of where top price is going.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only enter the market around like 9:30 now, or I'll wait a
Mm-hmm.
little bit longer. I
Mm-hmm.
knew it was new, so I kind of just waited to see if like what price would do. But then I know like price was way too high for it to just keep pushing up necessarily. It could have kept going up, but I felt like it had more reason to go down than it did to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And on US 30, I think it closed back inside the previous day range.
I think so too because we got it right around here. It came
Mm-hmm.
right back into it,
Yeah.
and it's
So
kind of sitting right on it.
one thing to look forward to tomorrow, if it doesn't break past the previous day range, or if it's coiling below the previous day, that means it's a good opportunity for us to find a parabolic trade.
Mm. Well, tomorrow the market's closed, so
Yeah, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I
yeah.
believe we have. Let me look at the schedule again.
They said the market was closed, the U.S. market. So I don't know if price will still kind of move.
Let's see. So Thursday. Oh yeah, no, it's just European and Australian news. So yeah,
Hmm. I don't think
Friday.
that it might just stay still like this. It might not do
Yeah,
nothing.
on something like that, we closed in breakout. You see, it's up there, up high,
Hmm.
and we might just have like 2 consecutive days of like inside days. If that's the case, then I would be looking at the Dow Jones on Monday.
On Monday. Okay.
Yeah, if we got two narrow range days, I think the Nasdaq is set up kind of the same way. Um, I did because I didn't look at the charts today. Only up until like maybe 4 after it closed, and then I just with bar replay and just played out the day. And both,
Mm.
I think Nasdaq and US 30 closes red days today. So
Yeah, they
um,
both did. Because if you look here, this is the one I wanted to get into. I just was
mm,
hesitant because when I was looking at price in the morning, I was looking, and this what made me know it was gonna go down for the most part, because price came, as we can see here. So it came and it kept bouncing, even though it kind of wicked into it. It tapped it again, and then it failed to break, and then we started seeing that downtrend structure. But I saw it was like, okay, I see some out. But I was because it was 10 a.m. news, I figured price might come up to here. So I put a little alert right here. If
hmm
it come here, I'm gonna enter,
hmm
but it never came completely up there. And by the time I looked, you got this big ass candle that just fell.
so
So
one thing. one thing
Hmm.
to look at too. Oh wait, this is the hour time frame though.
Yeah. You want me to go to the
Yeah,
4?
I would say check out the 15.
Yeah, yeah, you right. I didn't. I was at work, so I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, okay. I was just looking. I was looking at the 4 and the 1. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
it came right into the zone. Look at this.
Mhm.
Oh, dropped. Fuck. I really could have
Yeah.
got in. I just was hesitant.
It's easier when you can see each candle develop. Like you just spend like an hour just uninterrupted time, and
Mm-hmm.
you could see the things develop as it's going on because you get back into that zone, and then the candles start to get smaller. And
Mm-hmm.
you know that high that's back up there is the protected high. That's the high that what is that? Oh, that's the previous day. Yeah, that's the
Mm-hmm.
previous day high. So we've
You talking about this
yeah,
size?
the one right before. Yeah,
Or
yeah,
this one?
that one, that one.
Yeah. So this one right here.
Okay, so that's the high of the week right there, right? And then when you come back
That's,
down to that red wick that's wicking up top, that was the previous day's high. So
that's
we didn't
Tuesday.
take out the previous day's high or the high of the week, and we're downtrending. So you
Mm-hmm.
know it puts in a low and then it puts in a high and then continues the trend. And that's
Mm-hmm.
after 10 a.m. news and everything.
I'm thinking about that. Hold on. Okay, I see. So we have Monday high right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Tuesday. And then, yeah, this is still Tuesday.
Yeah,
But
and we're making lower lows.
yeah, I could see like okay, Tuesday it came into it at 9. Oh, that's 9 p.m. Okay, let me see something. We have 9 a.m. 9 p.m. came into it. I think that's why then 9 p.m. came back right back into the 9 a.m. The what is it, the Asian session when it
Oh
opens.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think that's why then and then right here, see damn, I could have got in because this is the 2 a.m. candle, so that's the
Mm-hmm.
opening of the London. And then price came into it. See, that's what confuses me sometimes. Because what you'll see is like sometimes price will take it. It'll take out the whole 2 and 3 a.m. completely,
Mm-hmm. Because what you're looking for is a
and
sweep,
then
right?
drop. And sometimes it just comes. I wouldn't consider
Yeah,
this is more like I just came into it, touched it, and dropped instead of like sweeping it, where it would like usually it'll take it completely. It'll come up, take it, and then it'll drop.
yeah.
Like so that's why another reason I was kind of hesitant. I was like, it didn't sweep it; it just came into it. But there is a zone right here, so it makes sense why it just kind of.
So when price taps into a zone that you have,
Hmm.
um, if you want to be conservative and have, you know, I guess a higher probability of it
Hmm.
going in your way, you would wait for it to get swept, come back in, and then fall back down. That's like a higher probability trade. But you know, if you use that zone as your stop loss, there's a
Hmm.
possibility it's going to take it and then it's going to go into your direction. So that's why you got to assess risk. It's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take this because this is after news. You know, if you're looking at like the 1 minute,
Hmm.
you can see the picture a little bit clearer as it goes into that zone.
Uh, so,
Because, you know, you could take a 50% of that zone and you can see how it reacts off the 50%. And
mm,
then you see it's making a series of lower lows, and then it breaks down, closes below, and then retests that area. So this was something, you know,
okay,
that you could look at as it's building up, and as you go into 10 a.m., you just look at the 10 a.m. candle.
mm,
Yeah, that was 9:30, and then
right
we're
here.
going lower. Yeah,
9:31. It just dropped.
right.
By then, I done already missed this because I was like, I can't get back in unless it comes back to right here.
Yeah, it could either go back to down there, or it could create a zone that's a little bit lower because it's going to put in a new low and put in a new high. And so
So
you
right
see
here, that's it.
that.
This one's
Yeah,
kind
so
of
you got
tight.
that. It's a little tight. So you got that blue candle, the top of that blue candle, which is your pullback, and then that pullback makes a new low. and then you see you're still creating that lower lows and lower highs.
Mm,
And come 10 a.m., what does it do at 10 a.m.?
10 a.m. drops.
Yeah, it drops down, makes a new low, and then we get a new pullback, and that's the pattern that we're following. So we want to get in on the pullbacks. It's obvious now the price is going down, and we
Mm,
just usually there's about 4 to 6 swings, 4 to 6 pullbacks in a trend, and then we just crown our swings and then be like, all right, if we're in that, we're gonna keep going short.
mm, that makes sense.
I could show you from my back testing session what how it looks.
You love being in the 1 minute. If I was in the, I feel like I would take more losses.
It's possible, because there's some time. Well, shoot, I remember last year October, like I was still kind of getting used to the 1 minute. I would break everything up hour by hour, and then see
Hmm.
how price reacts every 15 minutes. But then it's like, all right, if I'm going to be trading the backside of the day anyway after the news and everything, and I'm looking at a couple of instruments and I see the top two instruments that are set up because either, they're coiling inside of the previous day's high or low, or they're at, closing price, like the major levels. And then I use like the fib to help me get an idea of how far prices impulse from one side to another. That's how I take my position and be like, all right, I'm gonna try to take a short at the highest of the session because we didn't break past the previous day's highs, and then we're closing in below these zones.
Hmm.
Just it's all about building a narrative to make sense. Because
Hmm.
if you can tell a story based off the
Hmm.
candlesticks, then you can it builds your conviction because now you have a reason why you put money on a line for this trade,
Hmm.
and you just want to take it from level to level because as you see price moves, it's just impulsing from one level to another. So if you get on the train, you could ride that train however long it takes, you know. But ultimately, when I'm thinking, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna put in at least 2 contracts, right? Whether it be a micro or a full size contract, depending on the account size.
Hmm.
And I'm trying to make sure that I get into profit.
Hmm.
And when I get into profit, I can take some money off the table and let it go break even. And then, that's most of the trade managed right there. And then let the odds work in my favor if my trade is confirming. Sometimes, as it's confirming, you can load up more contract sizes and, let the candles print.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like when I'm trading, I don't really build the narrative like the way you do it. I need to probably do that a little bit more. I kind of just look at the chart
hmm
and just really just pay attention how structure is moving.
But I mean, if you just focus on structure, you could still be profitable just straight off of that. You don't really need to do that, you
Yeah,
know.
the structure, the zone, and then like one thing I do notice is like you can see like now my eyes is kind of very good at seeing like these supply and demand area. You see that?
Yep, yep, yep.
So like a lot of time when price comes, it's like in the middle of nowhere and they react supply turn to demand. And a lot of people won't even see this. Like back in
hmm
the days, you told me to spot this, I would have never thought why price would move like this.
it's amazing because we could all be looking at the same thing and it'd be a
Hmm.
complete picture for all of us, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
but we all looking at the same thing, whether it's on the 1 hour or 1 minute. The candles represent the same movement.
mhm. That's crazy. Because when I was trading, I was like, damn, price just bounced. I was like, okay, whenever something happens in the market, there's a reason. You just have to go look and find it.
Yeah, yeah,
It doesn't
absolutely.
just move randomly like that.
I mean,
So I was
it's
like, okay.
so these candlesticks on the charts. It's like I equate it to a painter, right? And he's
Hmm.
painting a canvas, right? And it's a picture that's constantly being developed. And over time, you'd be like, oh, look, there's a rabbit right there. or oh look, he's drawing a tree right here, because up at to some point you can recognize the pattern and be like, oh, I can identify this object. Same with the setups. It's like, all right, this is a good short setup right here because it's you know we have these highs being taken out, and then we're engulfing right after that we take out a high. Then boom,
Mhm.
that's what I'm going to look at. And
Yeah.
quite recently, I started using the EMA again, and
Okay.
it does help. It does help. It's just another layer,
Yeah.
because if you add like a 21 EMA to this, then you can see, all right, like try adding that on there through the indicators.
Uh, 20 EMA.
Do like a 21 EMA. So just type in EMA, and yeah, moving average exponential off the top. Yeah, and then hit that on the side, where that number one is under sell.
It's right here.
No, the under the sell button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then hit the settings, the cogwheel, and then length put 21.
All right. We'll just hit
Uh,
okay.
yeah, hit OK.
Mm. I don't know. Like I remember I used to use it, but it made me hesitant.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, cause like I started to be like, oh, okay, you know, like when you, so yeah, they always kind of mess me up like that.
Okay. I mean, shoot. If in that case, if it doesn't help, then don't use it, because the less you have, the better.
Yeah, cause it make, I'll see it and then like because it's like something like this, I might not trust myself, and then I'll be like, oh no, and then if the direction I would have chose was probably gonna be right anyways. So like
Hmm.
these kind of make me kind of a little hesitant sometimes. That's why I don't try not to use like indicators all the time because I start to like overthink about it. And you know, with trading, when you start overthinking, you start losing more.
Make it as simple as possible. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Then go ahead and remove that off of there. You don't need it.
yeah. But there is. Let's see. Where's the boom? Let's see. You got the. You see how my chart looks? I haven't
Mhm.
removed nothing off my chart. It's crazy. Look at my chart.
I see. You just been go ahead marking these things off, and you start to see the patterns, and you got a
Yeah,
process that you do every single day. That's the
yeah.
important thing.
Look at this.
Hmm. That's how you
Uh,
get more confidence in your zones.
yeah. And they be coming to them too, which is crazy. Like I'll leave it. I remember like this one I marked. When was this? It was marked up. Dang, what's going on with my mouse? I remember I marked this one up right here, and it came right back into it. This was July. Damn. So it was July. I had this little zone marked up, and it's a supply and demand zone. Because if you look right here, and I don't know if it's no more, but right here and right here was a good area, and it came right, tapped it, and dropped.
Mm.
That's kind of cool seeing stuff like that when you had it
Yeah.
marked. And then the green stuff. This is like the uh, weekly highs, weekly lows. And then I think I switched the colors at one point, and then I had this. When was this? This I had this marked up to this area, and it's freaking crazy how price reacted to it. You see that right here?
Hmm.
I was
See,
like,
with
yeah,
these type
this.
of setups, it's like if you mark it out, set your alerts, and when price comes back to that level, that's when you look at the screen. And especially if it's within one of the session windows, then you got a higher probability trade at that point.
Yeah, yeah. I think US 30 the same way too.
Hmm.
But it's a little bit more. cleaner on here, but all of it's marked up. We just been climbing the stairs. Pull back, pull back right up. So yeah. Oh yeah. So what I was gonna show you as far as like what I was talking about was like this right here.
Mm-hmm.
When well, price never even came back. Um. So whenever price goes and expand, so right here we have the expansion rate. Boom. And right here, this is pretty much considered the manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
And
And then the distribution.
this is the retracement. So we have expansion, manipulation, retracement, and then expansion again. And look what price found. It's order block, or depending how you look at it, supply and demand, order block, everybody calls it something different. Look, came into it, tap, and then shot up.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes what I notice, sometimes price doesn't come to an order block. It comes to an area where price was broken. Like once the structure was broken, it
Yeah.
finds supports there, and then it shoot up. Or sometimes it will just try to find the like a order block or like a good a good order block or supply zone where it'll find price again and then shoots right back up. So as you see, like price will extend, they'll do like
Mm-hmm.
the manipulation, and then they'll pull back, find the order block, supply zone, demand zone, and then it'll just shoot up again. And it happens over and over again. Well, this is probably not the best example because we know price hasn't really pulled back that much. But you can see here, just from looking at it, like right here, this is the expansion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Price expanded. Then we get a crazy manipulation right here. And then we get the retracement. And then price finds the area it was broken from and then shoots up.
Yeah, it's basically the origin of the move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But price watching Dave teach, I learned that there's the hidden SND, which is right in here
Mm-hmm.
between those two wicks, where price found strong support and then it'll move up.
I mean, you get the double tap right there on the higher time frame.
So the lower time frame. Dang. Wow, don't tell me we don't got data to go that far back. Dang. It's not even that far. Okay. There you go. Boom. Right here is probably a strong zone right here in the 15-minute, most likely, that help push price up. So I always try to make sure I see when I see wicks like that,
Mm-hmm.
when they're long in the 4 hour like that, there's usually always something in there that's gonna push price to the upside.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. Wow, I don't have that's not enough data for that. That's crazy. Wow, okay. Never mind, we can't see into it, but in the 15-minute, that's something definitely helping price push back up. And then we get the expansion again, and then we get the retracement. One thing, maybe you could explain this to me though.
Yeah.
Like,
What's up?
you know how sometimes, like, well, okay, I kind of understand why price came back here because all this has been untouched. We could see right here, like all this price never pulled back into it, and then so we get the pullback right here. You see, because a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
times you see like prices going on up, and then it just comes all the way down, and a lot of time, well, most people don't know why price came all the way here to continue pushing up. but
Yeah,
I
because they're
guess
not
'cause-
looking for the clues. It's
yeah,
always expanding, retracing, and expanding, or it's just stuck in between two major levels and consolidating.
yeah, that's when I get cooked the most. During consolidation time when I be trying to get in.
It
Man,
takes a little while for some people to realize it too, because it all depends. Like your consolidation could be within a week span, it could be within a month span. It's just like,
mhm.
all right, are we inside of a previous range, or are we outside of a range and trending? That's hard because to that's hard for some people to realize because they don't understand which box they're in or which box they're out of, because your price is always inside a box or is breaking out of it.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this, right?
Yeah,
You see how we came here and then price. I understand it's a sweep, but damn, easy
I mean
sweep.
that's US
I
30
know
for
it's
you.
yeah. Damn, I'm trying to see what it came into to make it go back. Oh, so probably if we
Mhm.
take this, I just want to see what made it, what area that was in. Yeah, US 30. I have a love and hate relationship with this pair. Sorry, I guess it came here and reacted. That's crazy. But nobody. One thing I will say, nobody's paying attention. Who in their right mind, would think like price came all the way down here to liquidate all this to push
Mhm.
back? How
Uh,
many traders you think know this stuff? Like,
only the ones that's really looking for it, because it's like it's the movement is just a series of impulses, because you have
hmm
one big push going over to one area, and it's just going to a level like a magnet. So once it
hmm
hits that level, boom, it bounces right off, and then we could pull back 50% or even go even further. It's just a series of range expansions really between levels, and it depends on what time we're looking at the screen. And them 3 hour windows between Asia, London, and New York, that's where we get our highest probability setups. You know,
hmm
sometimes we go on gold, especially like on a Wednesday night. Typically, if we depending on where the day closes on the week, part of that weekly template. So if like let's say Tuesday expands the range and we break out and we close and break out, then it's possible that we're going to go ahead and continue the trend in Asia because we already up high, or that could be a potential indication that we're going to reverse.
hmm
It's just being at the screen at the time where price is at an interesting point, where it has our attention. And what really helps is to like have those alerts at those levels, and just watch it in that time where you're able to be looking at price uninterrupted by anything on the outside. Because I know when I'm at the screen, everybody know I got my phone on do not disturb. I'm in a little quiet place. Everything is on me, and it's not like I'm gonna get a phone call or somebody's gonna ask me to do something that's gonna take me off of my focus. And that's
hmm
when I started to see a lot more consistency, because if I take a L, then I was in either following my plan, or the probabilities just didn't work out because it's part of the game. If you take 1,000 trades and you have a win rate of like 80%, then that's 200 trades you're gonna lose.
hmm
you know but with that proper risk to reward,
Yeah,
especially if you got an 8% win rate or even a 60 or 50, you're still profitable.
yeah. 80% win rate is whoo. That's beautiful.
That means shoot, man. Because when you think about it, even with an 80% over 1,000 trades, that's 200 losses.
Damn.
And for some people take like maybe 500 to 600 trades a year, if that. And there's some people that could trade. I don't know. They within a week they already had like 200 300.
That's me. That's me. Too. Nah, I don't think I took that many. I would have to look at my stuff. I don't think I took that many. Not anymore.
I used to take a lot more because I was like, all right, if I get this candle, I'm just trying to get a little bit. But
Mhm.
it's when I adopted the mindset of like, all right, I'm just trying to go ahead and be real precise, know exactly what I'm looking for, get
Mhm.
1 to 2 trades, and I'm done. If I get 2 wins, shoot, that's cool, you know. And it
Mhm.
all depends on the account. But if you get in the same percentages on your balance, then you're gonna let that compound and work in time, especially if you just
Mhm.
growing an account too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's been my biggest issue. Like, so I take too many trades. That's why I can never, my account can never go properly like it should be.
Well, I mean, there's things that you notice in your back testing session, right? Like for me,
Uh-huh.
um, I would just go in and trading the same time. Like even if I see a nice little thing setting up in London, I'll just go ahead and take a screenshot, but I'm not going to actually trade it. When I
Mm,
back test, I'm gonna trade exactly how I trade in live time, or if I'm trading demo, it's just gonna be the exact same risk management. If I was trading with a live account, because that's how I'm
so,
gonna get better.
mm, okay, so when I back test, I'll sometimes take trades on the in the London session just to kind of see like what would happen
I
if I
mean, if
took.
that's
If
part
I
of your
see
schedule, you know what I'm saying. If you go and trade London like once or twice a week, then yeah, that's fine. Just have that in your mind that I'm gonna
but
actually trade London.
I've kind of stopped trading London
Hmm.
just because like I noticed I was losing more, and like the time I needed to be up for London, I gotta be sleep, so it made no
Yeah.
sense. So I kind of
It,
just stopped. Sometimes I'll take the trade on gold, but I noticed on gold I was losing a little too much. Like all the profit I made for the day, I go in gold like around 9, and I kind of like lose all that profit. So I was like, yeah, let me stop doing that.
so like for me, sometimes like with gold, especially because it could move in Asia, it
Uh-huh.
could. Um, and plus, Asia really for any pair that you're looking at is just setting the high and the low for the day, and that's your basis off of how what you're gonna trade with London, because you're looking for the breakout of Asia's high and low in London, and um, maybe 2 3 times a week, especially if it's like after Tuesday close and you may be at the high of the week on gold. That's a potential setup for like a high of the week trade to short from. So high of the week, low of the week potentially for Asia, or
Uh-huh.
maybe an expansion. For a trend trade for it to continue in that direction, based off the
Uh-huh.
price action on that day.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
And for
So,
me, that's building that narrative over that week, and seeing that weekly template play out over and over and over again. It's the
yeah,
same with like Bitcoin.
yeah, I need to get better with that template. Like you be showing it, but I be like, man, by the time I like look at it, I get kind of like confused because it's so much happening.
So I did 2 videos today. Like I recorded both of them like 15 minutes apiece from backtesting on today's price action, and it kind of shows you like how the narrative plays out. You know, it's um it's a higher chance, because that's where your edge is, where you have a belief that there's a pattern that's going to repeat, and it doesn't always look the same because candlesticks they form differently, but if you can see the picture forming, then you can position yourself to get asymmetrical risk reward.
Mhm.
Just having your stop loss at an important level and having it right behind that level, and just watch price take off in the direction. I mean,
Yeah,
you've gotten trades like that where you get in and you get in at the zone, and then it just leaves that zone. Um,
this is it right here. This is the setup.
yeah, you see it, you see it.
Yeah, so
It
whenever
came.
you see price, yeah, whenever you see price bouncing like this, what
Hmm.
typically happen is it sweeps the low, and if they have a
Hmm.
zone below it, it's gonna tap it, and it's gonna skyrocket. And right here, this is it.
And
That's why I put the
that
X right
reminds
here.
that
Is this
reminds
it?
me of the 3 box method right there. That reminds me a lot. That was Mint FX. He'd have that 3 box
Met that
method
face?
where you have, yeah, MENTFX. I think he's got his own prop firm now, for like a year or
Yeah,
so or whatever.
I watched him once or twice on the fair value gap, and yo, I went. I took a month. It was April. I'll never. That was probably the worst trading month I've ever had. I don't know what about his video like messed up my trading for a whole month. When I said I was losing every single day, it was getting depressing. About fair value gap, and I was just watching it, and then I kind of went back to kind of look, and man, my trading just I don't know what it was about that his videos just threw me off completely. So I just kind of like
But you
stopped
know,
watching.
you know, I identify with that too because it'll be sometimes where I remember 2022. I was just heavily just watching ICT videos and everything. And I'm
Hmm.
just like, all right, these lectures are long, they
Hmm.
dry, but I'm seeing what he's doing. And I'm like, okay, cool, this will probably work. But he turns it into a science project, right?
Hmm.
So you could be following his process, and he has so many different things that he can do, right?
Hmm.
And for me, it was just like, all right, he can do this. He's great at that. He's a genius. Cool. For me, I want something that's simple as possible, right? And it could. For me, it's real simple for me to like come up with a story, right, based
Hmm.
off the facts of what I see at that time, and have a journal of like things that repeat, repeat, repeat. What happened? We at the previous day high or low, or we at the closing price. We formed this pattern where we had three pushes over there, then engulf and came back inside. And then boom, I added the EMA on there. We back inside the EMA too. I put my stop loss right above that, but 1 bar stop usually. Because when you in these trades, you want it to be like, especially on the 1 minute, if you back test the 1 minute enough, where it
Hmm.
just confirms and goes completely in direction. But on the higher time frames, it's a lot less stress because you waiting for that trade to develop, and if you got the patience for the candle to go into that zone and then come back in, you take that trade while it's in that zone and it's coming in and it's confirming, then
Hmm.
boom, you just wait for another hour candle to print, and it hits your target. I
Hmm.
mean, you see with this one right here, that
Hmm.
that's a
You know where I learned this from?
that's like 2 days right there. Yeah.
I don't know if you ever heard of Tyreek FX.
Nah, nah.
Man, for some reason he just stopped making videos, but like the liquidity concept, that's where I
Hmm.
learned this from. You see, every time you see I have an X somewhere, I learned that from him. Like price will bounce and bounce, and then they'll take out the liquidity, and then they'll shoot up. And the way he explained it is like, okay, just think about money is just sitting here. So anytime if money is just sitting here, price is attracted to money and it wants to take it. So
It's a
price will,
magnet.
yeah, it's a magnet. That's how he'll explain it. It's a magnet. Money's gonna want to be taken and then shoot up.
Yep. It's a
And that's
magnet.
how I
Just
learned. Yeah, that's how I learned the liquidity concept so well. And I started backtesting it and started seeing this pattern. I started seeing this a lot in the market when price just consolidates, they'll sweep it and then go up.
hmm
Yeah, he's real good. I don't know why he stopped making videos. He was like, I'm sure he was helping a lot of people because he was more of a smart money trader, but he also like took some of ICT concept with it, but he was more like smart money, which is pretty much the same thing. But he was more smart money. Like,
so like the biggest thing like I've noticed, I even shoot, I was able to meet Roger last week, Roger
okay, yeah.
Banks,
Oh,
and
trust him.
he um he was like, yeah, I used to study ICT concepts too, and this shit was just too confusing for me. So
Mhm,
what I really did was I was like, look, I'm gonna just focus on the candlesticks in the session that I'm trading. And
mhm.
sometimes he trades London because out there in Dubai it's like a 9 hour time difference.
Yeah, so
So
damn, London be lit for them then.
right, and New York session is at 5 p.m. So I'm like,
Oh
damn,
my god, they get the best of both worlds.
exactly. And the only thing you're missing out on really is Asian session, and that's like,
Yeah, nobody
two,
take
three
that
o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, all right, I can see why traders like to be over here in Dubai. Plus, you can for $2,000, you can get your Emirates ID and open up your LLC, and now, boom, you tax free income right now. So I get the allure with that. But
Yeah.
basically, what he was saying was, you know, he can see exactly what ICT is doing, and he just dumbed it down for his own thing, just based off what he sees off of
Mhm.
back testing. And
Mhm.
there would be a couple times over the years where I joined his back testing session because I was in his market with fluidity,
Mhm.
and really he did the whole narrative thing too. I think that's kind of like what I emulated from him, because
Mhm.
he'll give you a reason why he's getting in, and he'll
Mhm.
give you a reason of where he's going to get out and for what reasons. And he
Mhm.
would be breaking even and take some off the top. The risk management is like that's the key. That was one really big thing that he was really good at. It would seem like he's risking a lot, but he's only risking like 1 to 2% on each trade, and
Damn.
he's disciplined with it. So I was like, all
Mhm.
right. And this is the guy, I'm saying he's got on his FX journal or FX book. He
Mhm.
scaled a $600 or $500 account to like 50,000 in like six
Damn.
months, and I'm like, all right, this is that
I'm trying
consistent
to.
effort.
That's what I'm trying to do. That shit. I think where I fell at on that part is like I be going in and taking dumb trades.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing too. But it's like if you consistent with your process, like I'm only
Mhm.
going to trade within these hours, and then these are the setups, or I'm gonna wait for these zones to get hit with my alerts, and
Mhm.
that's all it is. It's simple. It's just when we trying to push forward because it's not like a 9 to 5 where it's like if we put in overtime on the actual charts on actual live trading, it's not going to
Mhm.
help. But getting that practice in, seeing that same setup play out over and over and over again, that's going to build out confidence, and that's how you can really stack the odds in your favor.
Yeah.
But you know, the next thing that Roger was telling me that he said was the biggest thing was you know once you're building your account up on a live account, once you get to a certain milestone, that's the biggest thing for him was I had to up my contract size. So instead of maybe
Mhm.
doing 2 lots or 1 lot or 1, 2 contracts, he would put
Mhm.
on 5 contracts and then take like 70% off and let the rest run. Because now, what I'm saying, he's inviting the more risk, but with
Mhm.
his setup, it's going to play out. You got to trust and believe it's going to play out over time.
Mhm. Mhm.
But always plan to lose less than what you're anticipating on risking. So if 1% for you is $1,000, every
Mhm.
time you risk that $1,000, really you should try to like aim to risk 500 because your trades since they're coming out of zones, they should be going in your direction. But if it's coming away from you, then reduce that risk by a little bit. Maybe 25% or whatever if you can, and then as it's confirming in your direction, like it's closing above like a level or 50% level, or it's leaving that zone, you can add in that was that's something I see like a lot of great traders doing because when the edge presents and it's playing out, they
Mhm.
add in more. And I got a video too where I have it playing out in live time, and I'm like, all right, I think it was that last video where Dave had that live stream. It's like I
Mhm.
added in more contracts as it was going in.
Yeah, I have seen you've been going. I like, geez, you've been loading up on the sides. I be
Yeah,
nervous.
I ain't gonna lie. The Nasdaq trade that I took, um, it was after 10. We had 10 o'clock news, and I saw that. All right, boom. We came back down, and we closing above the 50%. The candles are getting smaller, but they bullish, and they're closing above that area. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna add in another contract. Boom. I was 3 full contracts in on Nasdaq, and then boom, it hit my target. And but as it was confirming in the direction, I add in more, then I put it in break even. I set my
Mhm.
alerts, and I'm gonna let it play out. If it hits the
Right.
level, then boom, I get this money. If it don't, then I already took some. I took some partials, and I
Mhm.
can't be mad because I'm up on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It just
that's
got
my hmm?
that confident. Just gotta build the confidence when you're doing it.
Yeah, and it was back testing. And
Yeah.
shoot, if you want, probably I'm not doing anything. I don't have anything planned this Friday. So we get a back testing
Yeah.
Friday session Friday
Like
after
the
the
six.
markets are closed.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Friday. It should be good. Yeah, because
That's a
now
good
it's
thing
kind of
too.
like
That's a
I'm on
good
like
thing
autopilot when I
because
trade at this point.
no, yeah, because it's like
It's
it's
more
that
like okay,
routine.
I work. Mhm.
It's just like going to work.
Yeah, I wake up 9:30. That's when I'll look. I'll wait for like a sweep like this. Oh damn, this is more than a sweep. So it's 3 p.m. So what we got here? 11. Okay, so price was funky that day. So 9 a.m. was here. So we got a little sweep of these. You got the sweep. You got the push down. Price reacted off. Man, look at this area.
Mm-hmm.
Price reacted off this area right here. And then it pushed up, took all this, and then for it to go. See, this is what be getting me sometimes. You see how it
Mm-hmm.
flips twice, thinking it's gonna go one direction. Because if you look at it, we have price dropped, and then it consolidated here, and then it swept this out
Yeah, that's tough. It's
at
still inside that
11.
range. It didn't close
Damn.
above. It didn't close above that
So
blue.
11. Yeah, and then we get another. So this
Yeah.
was a tech. I wouldn't. Yeah, this would have even been a trading day right here. And then you
Yep.
come back, you get
That's the market
consolidation,
open
and
push.
then 3 a.m. you get that push
Consolidates up at the top for at
right
1 hour,
into
two
this
hour, three
area.
hour, and breaks down.
That 3 a.m. push. Yeah,
That's that narrative.
yeah.
You
So
just did the
one,
narrative.
two, and then boom, we get that plummet. Okay. See, like I be seeing this, and then where I get confused that sometimes is like I don't know where price wants to go at time. This is how I would be able to tell because right here, I would put an
Hmm.
X right here and be like, okay, it's liquidity, so I know price wants to take it. So that's what really kind of helps me sometimes understand. I'll put it right here too. I'll be like, okay, money sitting and money sitting here. And then that's how I would be like, okay, we have money sitting right here and money sitting
Hmm.
here, and we know price love to take these out. So that's probably how I would take the trade.
You do
So
it
that's how I
visually,
be. So you're
and that's
right. I
great
do be
because you
building the
can
narrative.
see
I
it.
just do it so different.
But I mean, if you could say it too, that's just another
Yeah,
layer of confluence right there.
yeah. So, um, so I know it's consolidating. I know it's here. So all I gotta do is wait, get in. Woo. It's nice money right there. And then the price came back up and swept. Okay, okay, I see what they did. Okay, now I understand. So price came, swept the lows, right? And then it
Hmm.
came and took out the high, and then to continue going lower because price never broke this high for it to continue higher.
Right. That's
Yes.
that. There it is. New skill unlocked.
So I was kind of confused. I was like, wait a minute, why did it come up? But this never got taken out. So it came back to take it out. But look what it used to take it out though. Nobody would have
Hmm.
thought price would come and tap. There's no order block. There's really nothing here other than we just know it's a kind of like a area price reacted before.
Hmm. No, a higher time frame zone.
Ah, you're right. Let me look. I didn't think about that. I'm in the 1 hour. See, I need stuff like this because sometimes you like trading in the moment. You don't really when you have somebody breaking it down with you, it makes more sense. A lot
One
more
thing too
sense.
that I notice is like if I can't get a sense of direction, then
Hmm.
I ain't got no edge. I have no idea. But if I see like new lower lows and lower highs being put in, then I'm like, all right, odds are we're gonna put in another lower low. We're gonna expand this range. So I'm gonna set my targets within the box, and I'm gonna try to trade so we can get out the box.
Mm.
Or if we out the box and we're not making higher highs, then I'm trading out the box so we can get back in the box to the origin of the move.
Okay.
But yeah, shoot, let's chop it up in a little bit. We about to head out soon, and
Okay.
we
Okay.
over. Yeah. So
Wait, before you leave, let me ask you this. You see, I don't see any zone or it probably just kind of reacted. I'm assuming the only thing I see is right here. This little thing, but I think it's just an area where price has reacted so many times. It just came back to it. You see it?
Yeah. I mean, you have like many little zones, like especially on like this higher time frame.
Uh-huh.
Um, what helps me identify a structure is if I'm looking at it on a 4 hour, then I'm looking at monthly and weekly levels and seeing how price reacts at those levels. And then usually you can find trades within those levels too.
Mm, that makes sense.
Yeah, because those levels are available to everybody. When you start getting into the zones between the highs and the lows, like intra week, you know, then you're getting into
Uh-huh.
like real specifics, and your probabilities tend to fall a little bit. But if you mark it out and it's consolidating at that level, then it's validated. Then you can have a trade based off of whether it's consolidating above or below that level.
Uh-huh. Right. All right.
But yeah, but no, if you got some more like screenshots, whatever, just put it
Mhm.
up on the Discord and we chat it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna just probably do a little bit more back test, kind of see, because I'm seeing some things now that you said it. I'm like, okay, that makes sense why it came back out, swept the high, the this right here to continue going lower, and you could tell it's gonna break through it just how it came up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dang, okay, we know, and then it didn't make a new high, and it just stopped. And
Exactly.
look at this too. Remember I was telling you there's a hidden,
Right up there. Yep.
yeah,
Gap
right in
center.
there. Yeah, that's I would say I learned that they teach changed my trading with the little supply demand zone, especially if you can find it. The hidden ones when price starts reacting and all of a sudden price just plummets and you're like what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
There's always another onion. I mean, not another onion, another layer of the onion that you can peel back.
Peel
But
back. Yeah.
if you find something that's like, all right, this is like that glitch in the system that I could identify and exploit every single time it comes in, that's your
Mm-hmm.
edge. That's your strength. That's your strength.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as
Got it.
time goes on, you could see more and more patterns. And then you'd be like, all right, boom, I could get it going short. I could get it going long. I could get it in the consolidation. But you just identify which market you in.
Yeah, because if we go down to the 15 minute, it's gonna be some blue. It'll be a what is it? Is it a demand zone when it's going down? No, supply. Is it demand? Supply going down? So
I mean,
it'll be a
you
nice little supply.
supply is high, demand is low.
Yeah.
So when
Okay.
you
So
go
it'll be a
back
nice.
into a demand zone, that means
Mhm.
there's a lot of demand that's going to push price up off of it because they want lower prices. We demand lower prices.
Mhm. So there's definitely one hidden here, and guess what? I'm just seeing now too as we're looking. Look,
Mhm.
if we stretch it out, boom.
Hmm.
Price reacted here hella times. Look at this.
So what we do, we trade right, but we got to
At this
look left.
demand zone. Boom, came, tap. There's more over here. Dang, that's crazy. And this is what I've been kind of noticing too. That's why I'm like, damn, just out the supply and demand zone. I have a friend. That's all he trades, but
You can be
he's
profitable at
not
that,
in. Yeah, he trades mainly just gold and just
hmm
holds it for like days and weeks and stuff.
and
His main thing is though he doesn't have the concepts like we have as far as
hmm
like this. He doesn't have this concept. He's more like how do I say it? He's more like he know the supply and demand zone, and that's kind of like all he's not. He doesn't understand the market in a more in depth. Like though we could break it down from here and just looking at it,
hmm
he doesn't have
I mean,
that kind of in depth to it. Which
he's
is kind
doing
of
it more of a simplistic sound where he's just
yeah,
more of like an investor because he's holding it for days and weeks.
mm-hmm,
What we doing,
yeah,
it's intraday, so we using our skill to like, you know, we exploiting the market when we see an imbalance.
mm-hmm, yeah.
Hello.
Because
Yeah,
when
when
I
we
see
see
his
an
trading, he'll have like, mhm.
Yeah,
You hear me? I
yeah, I
say
get
like
you.
yeah, like he'll have like one something like this. He'll wait, get in, and then just ride that thing. Like it's a very
And you
interesting way
know,
of like him the way he trades.
and that probably works for his schedule and everything.
I think so because he be making some money.
That is a good way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that with crypto too, because it has wider ranges. I think Bitcoin is at 96,000 right now.
Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, I don't trade Bitcoin, but I should have when
I did maybe 2 trades on Bitcoin this month.
mm,
It's something I'm looking at now because it's moving now.
yeah, it's moving.
Yeah,
I see us doing a retracement. You just gotta see where it wants to bounce back at.
yeah, yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that's on because I got like 4 on my screen now. So whenever I come to the screen, I'm looking at
Mhm.
Nasdaq, gold, US 30, and Bitcoin. That's the top 4 that I look at every day. And I may just look
Okay.
at the list and see, if anything else is setting up based off the alerts.
Okay. Okay. I would
Yeah.
trade oil, but they don't have a mini, and I ain't.
It depends on which broker you're using because they got a mini for mine on
They
TradeAvate.
do.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Uh,
TradeAvate and plus 500. They got a mini on that as well. No, actually, they
I
got a
didn't.
micro too.
I didn't see a mini oil for. That's why right here. I think where is it? Where is oil? No, I just started, but they only had the crude oil, just the regular one. I was like, hell no.
So
See, I had it
type
marked
in
up.
type in CL and it should show you all of them.
And I don't think my trader vape thing is
Oh
up
no,
right
CL.
now. You say so, man. CL.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Crude oil futures. Do click on futures up top and scroll down.
see?
It should be only like CME.
Yeah, I didn't
Keep
see it.
yeah, keep going down. It might be like E mini or micro crude. All right, go back to the top and hit the drop down arrow on CL, the top one. Oh
Oh,
no
which
no
one's
on the list. No, that's weird.
that?
I guess on the next stream I'll show you what I got on mine.
Uh,
Yeah.
I see.
But all right, my G, I'm gonna text you on the Discord. We about to head out soon.
All right.
All
Be
right.
safe out there. Yeah.
All right. Talk to you soon, man.
All right.